Hey, shalom, shalom, all praises, honor, glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachach, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops, the great millstone. Peace and blessings to you fellow brothers pushing his word in truth and sincerity. Ishbel Chanak, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachach, Wadash. And this is going to be a impromptu lesson. I actually was going, I was kind of meditating, putting another lesson together in my mind that I wanted to get to today. But, more news on the you-know-what, or I should say the prophecy leading up to the you-know-what. And this is Russia, signing into law to be able to have digital rubles, or I think they're called rubles, their currency. And that's pretty much how all these nations are going to do it at first. They're going to make their currency digital side by side with the fiat, the paper money. China's already doing this. They already have a digital yuan that acts acts the same as the paper money. And then they're going to phase out the paper money. And you already know they're going to do it through order out of chaos. Come on. We already know, let's get that. We're not ignorant of Satan devices. Okay, I'm going to call this one digital currencies coming to a city near you. Okay, digital currency, which will lead into the MOTB. Okay, it's called gradualism. And, we see it. We can definitely see it. We can see that we're at the cusp. We're at the door. With this prophecy taking place, but of course there has to be certain things that have to line up in order for the prophecy to come fully to pass, because the technology is already here, but they can't just go ahead and push the technology and say no more paper dollars that you got to put inside your body now. They got to prime the people up. Okay, they got to get you ready, they got to get you prepared. And this is what Esau, Edom, the powers that be have been doing, the wicked elite, the banksters, okay, the biblical Edomites, the man of sin, okay, this society that he set up, which really the Most High gave him this society. But let's bring this out. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. At least Satan should get an advantage of us, right? So when he rolls this digital currency out, okay, more than likely order out of chaos. Whether he's going to collapse the financial system, which we know ultimately that's what he's going to do. But whatever excuse that he's going to use to go ahead and collapse it. Right now, you have a lot of banks that are freezing people's accounts. If you want to, because there's still bank runs going on. Okay, you have a lot of these financial guys, especially on YouTube and these different platforms, basically telling people in the know, especially these Edomites, to take your money out of the bank. That's what they're saying. Okay, you need to pull your money out of the bank. It's not safe in those institutions. And we already know how the banking system is set up, where they don't have that money within the institution. And really, it's all about trust. It's all about you trusting in the institution, you trusting in the system. But now people are starting to lose their trust in the system. So whether he uses that as an excuse and say, the bank runs, people on YouTube telling you to take your money out. We don't know exactly how he's going to do it, but we're not ignorant. We're not ignorant. He's going to use all these tactics and more. Okay. At least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, his tricks, his wiles. Okay. It tells you as a roaring lion. Was that Peter's? First Peter's. Let's see if I can find that. I think it's 1 Peter, like maybe 5 or 8. So we're not going to be, what is that? 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter. I went into that the other day. We're not the children. Okay, we're not the children of the night. So this thing is not going to take us by surprise. When the digital currency come, we already know what it is. And pretty much we already have the American dollar. I did a lesson a while back. I forget what we do, so many lessons on this technology that's coming, this technology that's here. But I went into an article basically saying that, if I'm not mistaken, 90% You can check me. You can fact check me. 80 or 90% of the American dollars already digital, meaning the amount of transactions that happen daily, they're digital. They're not physical cash. Okay, you don't. Who pays their rent in physical cash? Who pays their mortgage in physical cash? Even if you pay with a check, that's pretty much digital, even though it's a paper, right? The numbers that are on that check, they go and they verify, and then they move that money to the particular account, whoever's cashing that check. When you go to the grocery store, you don't really see people buying groceries with cash. Okay, for the most part, you don't see that. Everybody uses some type of digital currency, whether it's a debit card. That's digital, because you don't physically have that money. So it's going to be a clean transition going into digital currency. And yes, using digital currency is lawful. There is no sin against that. That's not the MOTB. The sin is when you put that technology inside your body. Okay, this is 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober, right? We're supposed to be sober minded. Those that are drunk, okay, and that are asleep, that are staggering, that are confused, they don't understand this is coming. And then you do have certain people that do understand, namely Esau, Edom. Okay, these mainly you have your Trump supporters, the right, the more conservative Edomite, the Bible Belt Edomite, which some of them be Jakes. Okay, they somewhat know on a physical aspect that things are coming. So they're not as drunk as the rest of the people, but they're still drunk. They're still drunk off that wine. Ultimately, okay, be vigilant. Right, we're watching. We're constantly watching. Okay, I just uploaded a video I did yesterday, and I named it "Occupied in Prophecy," going into being vigilant, going into being busy and active, watching the different things that are going on in the earth. And that's why this video really had preeminence on the other video that I wanted to do, that I was just kind of meditating. I was going to come to the park and do it, but I found I came across this information, which is going around the body. Okay, even going around so-called seed theorists, because they also understand the plan, their plan, the elite's plan, as they've already told the people what they want to do. Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour, and he's going to devour 2/3 of you Israelites. Okay, whether you call yourself an Israelite or not, if you're not of the Most High, okay, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, if you're not of the Heavenly Father, you're going to get caught out there. Okay, Esau, he going to devour you. And this digital currency is just another step closer to the prophecy coming to pass, another step closer to him thinking in his mind of obtaining world dominance, world domination through digital means. Because now everything's on a computer, nothing is physical. Okay, everything's on a ledger. So we did that in Corinthians. Where was I? Okay, I got Habakkuk, and then I got 2nd Ezra. So Russia now signing into law that they can, pretty much paving the way for CBDC. Hold on. Why are all these nations doing this? This sounds pretty fishy to me. Why are all these nations, they're in a pilot program, they either have certain things that they just written into law, or they're actively testing these things. Okay, like the Jamdex, the Jamaican digital currency, CBDC. Okay, you have the Sand Dollar, which I believe is that the Virgin Islands, if I'm not mistaken. You could correct me. And you have many other countries, like I said earlier, the digital yuan. That's live and active within, I think, the last 2-3 years they've been live active, if not more, with the digital yuan. And by the way, that money is programmable. Okay, so they even did a program where they would send people money, that digital yuan, and they had to spend it within an amount of time, or the amount of money is going to be expired. And that's how this damn devil, he's going to do it. He's going to create a crisis, right? you're going to see it. He's going to create a crisis. Everything's going to be pretty much digital. He's going to give excuse to, go digital. The banks are going to collapse, right? Whatever. Hold on. Goddamn squirrels fighting. The bank, the financial system is going to collapse. And then he's going to send everybody money instantly, but it's going to be via app. Okay, that's how he's going to do it. It's going to be via app, and he's going to be able to send you money, but you have to use that money or it's going to expire. So he got you by the balls. Okay, and this is what it's all leading up into. Okay, and it's going to be major distress when he does this. That's pretty much when we're going to go into Jacob's trouble. Okay, so all these things are going to be simultaneous. Habakkuk 2 and 3, it says, for the vision is yet for appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. So it's speaking now. That's why all these nations, okay, big nations and small nations, you can go to cbdctracker.org. If I'm not mistaken, cbdctracker.org. Look it up, and it will tell you about all the nations that are either they're in a pilot program as we speak with the CBDCs, okay, or they're in the beginning stages. They'll tell you what stage they are, what country, and what stage they are if they have an active rolling CBDC. And we know that America, I believe it was July, right? July this month, their pilot program. So they already have these things going. So they're getting it going. That's pretty much the beta testing before it goes live. Just like the 2020 thing, that was a live test, okay, to see how many people will go ahead and follow the government, okay, and bring more regulations on the earth, ultimately to destroy you and to control you. That's what this man wants to do. He wants total dominance on the planet Earth, okay, through his pseudo artificial kingdom that he's trying to set up on the earth, which was part of his blessing, but his blessing was a consolation prize. It wasn't. He wasn't going to receive eternal kingdom, which he's trying to create that via his own means. Give me a second, just sipping some tea. And we're here to warn our people that this final time of testing is coming, and which he's going to, through all different manner of means, whether it's coercion, whether it's threatening, okay, whether it's forceful, not in the sense of tying you down and putting it inside your body, but forcing you to get it through the means of stopping you from being able to participate in society, right? Where it says he calls of all, okay, that whether you have to have this particular MARK. And if you don't have it, you won't be able to buy and sell. And buying and selling, that's pretty much the lifeblood. Okay, commerce. Whether it's online commerce, you're not going to be able to go and buy things online. Okay, he has the digital ID that's going to be attached to this MARK. Okay. It says, for the vision is yet for a appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lies, though it tarry. Okay. Wait for it. So we're patiently waiting, and as we're waiting, we're prophesying, and we're speaking to the people. We're speaking to the Israelites in general. Okay, we're calling out to the elect. Really, we're just teaching, and the elect are going to come in. The Most High is going to draw the elect through His Spirit. The elect are going to hear these words, and they're going to come into this thing. The rest, they're going to just pass on. It tells you how the simple pass on and are punished. So they're 2/3 of our people, they're not taking heed to the words, or they're half-assed doing it. And we know what the scriptures talk about. The Lord said, Yahushua, he said, whether thou were cold or hot. Okay? But since you're lukewarm, I'm going to spew you out of my mouth. So there you go. You got to be hot in this thing. That's the moral of the story. You got to be completely into this thing, because we're literally at the time. Our salvation is nearer than when we believe. So these things are going to come upon, like right now, It's a nice day. You know, it's pretty hot where I'm at right now, but it's a nice day. It's calm. And you can go to the store. You go to the market. You want to go get you a smoothie. Go. Order some food. Go to the beach. Right? It's calm right now. Nothing's really going on, particularly here in America like that. But in different parts of the earth, that's not so. But all those terrorists, all those conflicts are going to actually come to a city near you, just like the digital currency. The digital currency is getting ready to come to a city near you, and I want to see, and I can't wait to see which they gonna do it. But these false prophets, how they gonna switch and bend and twist when we're actually digital, when we're actually dealing with digital currency, when there is no more fiat currency. Maybe they might use a cyber attack to bring in the digital currency. Who knows? The economic collapse. Who knows? The stock market crash. Who knows? Maybe they're going to roll it out simultaneously, side by side, where there's still going to be cash for a particular time, a very short time, but they're gonna phase it out. A lot of these stores, they're going to phase out cash, no cash. Okay. It was some years back. You had MasterCard. They were offering businesses, to they were offering businesses $10,000, and we did lessons on this when they was pushing that the CHIP technology in the credit cards, the credit and the debit cards. MasterCard was offering companies $10,000 to switch to digital card readers for their business. Okay, so they're even going to pay people to turn over to the system, and they're going to get businesses first to do it. All these big box stores, Walmart, Target, what's some of these big box stores? Whatever these big grocery store chains. Okay, a Home Depot, Lowe's. Places where you get your everyday items. They own those companies. They pretty much own all these companies. And all these nations. They own all these nations. That's why all these nations, they're not bucking up saying we ain't gonna use digital currency. Okay, you might have a few, but they're all in the pocket. Okay, they're all in the pocket of the elite, and say they are genuinely bucking up against the powers that be. Okay, well, they're just gonna send an economic hitman, or there's gonna be a coup. Okay, they're gonna overthrow him, and they're gonna put a puppet in there. Okay, they're gonna put a puppet, and then that puppet, he gonna roll it out. So nothing is going to stop Esau Edom from rolling out this technology. Why? Because it's all prophetic. At the end, it shall speak and not lie. So it's going to be a beautiful thing when we see these false prophets try to spin this, when all along here at Great Millstone, starting with the apostles and elders, bishops, a Great Millstone, we've been telling you what the MOTB is, and we've been telling you the precursors to it. Okay, and how Esau Edom is using gradualism to bring in this technology. Okay, and these Edomites, they know about it. You go on these C-Theorist threads, you go on, all platform, you go on Telegram. There's many Telegram threads, channels. There's many, which that's an app. It's like a WhatsApp, a Russian-based WhatsApp, right? You have even YouTube channels, but mainly Odyssey, BitChute. What's another one? A Rumble. You got Band. You got Alex Jones. His thing. And there's people that are watching it, but the majority of the people, they're going to be taken by surprise. And even those who do know these things, they're not going to be delivered in these days. See, they don't understand how gruesome and difficult this time is going to be if you're not part of the elect. Okay, the straight gate, the hour of tempting, because Esau is not leaving no stone unturned. Even I did a lesson, a week back, 2 weeks back, about those that be in the mountains. It's a guy that I listened to out of San Diego. His channel is Bull Bear Boom Bust. He goes into a lot of financial things. But over the years, he's been kind of switching to, financial, letting you know about the economic downturn, the different collapse of different markets. He works in the financial industry and he knows that it's coming, but he's been more so on, uh, uh, the prepping. He doesn't get too deep into the prepping, but he gets into the prepping. Okay, but he's more so on the financial aspect of it. And what is he doing? He's looking at properties in the mountains. So you got a lot of Edomites. Excuse me. You got a lot of Edomites that are looking for properties in the mountains. I'm here in Sacramento. A lot. This is a red. This is pretty much red, conservative. A lot of Edomites. You got a lot of Trump supporters. You got a lot of Edomites that know somewhat of what's going on about the wicked elite. Most of them are bugged out, but you do have a small remnant of them that have properties. I ran into one. He was telling me how he got bunkers, he got food storage. So you got a lot of underground preppers, which a prepper, a true prepper, is not supposed to tell you that he preps. Very rarely, you're gonna tell somebody that you prep. Okay, but let me go into Second Esdras. And then we'll probably roll out. This is just something quick. Just telling you, showing you. I mean that we're literally at the door. Okay, so the scriptures say, what manner of man should you be in all holy conversation? Okay, knowing that this thing's getting, and it's gonna move quick. Okay, it's gonna move quick. This thing's gonna come to the astonishment of them that dwell upon the earth. They're gonna be in awe, and then Yahushua is gonna come. So how about that? Second Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. So how do we measure the time? The time is the scriptures. And it's going to go into it, but we're seeing all the signs, especially all the signs leading into the great chipping. Okay, Revelation. As well as, oh, by the way, we're already in World War III. How about that? See, and that goes to show you how just bugged out people are and how demented they are, especially here in America. All right, and you have your government to blame as well, because of course they're bought and paid for, okay, and they're not telling the people what's really going on. If the people really knew what's going on, there would be a big panic. That's why when something really big happens, that's why they flood the grocery stores. They flood, they start buying out all the gas. They start, buying wood to, to barricade themselves in their house, to do this, to do that. Because what? Because now that big panic is set in. Oh shit, I could die, or this can happen, or I might not have enough food for this. My child, start buying all the medications. It show you that in that movie World War Z. Okay, where they flooded the pharmacy. All right, because these people are hooked on these pharmaceuticals. Okay, that same prepper that told me how he was prepping, how he was making all this money, how he had this. His daughter, which is a young daughter, had a kidney transplant. If I'm not mistaken, it was a kidney or a liver. It might have been a liver transplant, right? And now she has to be on medicine. She has to be on a particular medicine, so that organ won't be rejected. But so just that alone, he's tapped in. He's tied into the system. He's tied into the pharmaceutical company got him. Okay, and that's going to happen to a lot of people. They're tied into the pharmaceutical companies. Okay, they're these people that have high cholesterol, high blood pressure, that need those medicines to bring their pressure down, to bring their cholesterol down, to relieve pressure from the prostate. Okay, to help their digestive system, to help with the pain, to help with their thyroid. Okay, they got different immune disorders. So when the deal goes down, all those that are tied into the system, that's going to be another bargaining chip. Okay, Esau Edom is going to have over you. You're tied in. You're tapped into a system. So if you want these life-saving remedies, okay, well you already know what you got to do, and you know what, you're going to do it. Because the Most High is not going to be with you, and there's going to be no other way, and your life is going to literally be on the line. Okay? He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. So we're constantly measuring. We're obsessed with this thing. We're literally obsessed with prophecy. Okay? It's the first thing that's on our mind. Okay? When is the Lord coming back? Okay? And what are the signs of him actually returning? And we're seeing the signs of him actually returning. Russia making this move, which all these, go ahead and look it up. All you gotta do is look at all these countries are doing this. So get ready for that. Get ready for the digital currency. Say goodbye to cash. Say goodbye to quarters. Okay, going to the laundromat. A lot of these laundromats are already tuned into the digital, the digital laundromat where you have a RFID chip reader. Okay. It says, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Wherefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, okay, so more earthquakes. We have there was a big earthquake that killed so many people, whether it was man-made or not, it doesn't matter. It's still an earthquake. Okay, the Most High controls man. So if the Lord put the spirit on Esau, Edom, to create an earthquake, to create panic, to do whatever, to punish, whatever it may be. Well, that was the Lord doing that. So that's those are them earthquakes. And then you're going to have the uproars. There's going to be major uproar because people are not going to have access to medicine. They're not going to have access to first responders. Oh, the police. A lot of people are going to leave there's actually a police shortage. There's a first responders shortage. You have that one paramedic white woman. I forget where it was, but it went viral a couple of days back where last week, I believe it was, where she tried to help out one of these bug outs on the street, and she got in the bug out stabbed her. So there's going to be apprehensiveness, okay, to help out. And then in a lot of these cities, small and big, the police don't come on certain calls. Okay, so they just don't even come. So you're gonna have domestic violence. People are gonna be irritated. They got parasites. They're not gonna have their chicken sandwich. They're not gonna have their chips, their popcorn. They're not gonna be able to have that ice cream. They're not gonna be able to have that liquor, that alcohol. Okay, they're not gonna have their Netflix. They're not gonna have their social media. Okay, so people are going to be very irritated, agitated. The spirits of vengeance are going to be roaming. Okay, in the midst of America, these are the plagues. Okay, these are the plagues that are getting ready to overtake America, like they overtook Egypt. Okay. Wherefore, verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. I read all that. Let me just read again. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world has a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. See? So the Most High opened up our minds to see this, right? So we can speak about, and you men out there that have this word, have the ability to understand this word, and to be able to go out and speak. You not speaking, the Most High gonna deal with you. Okay. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs. These are all signs that the move Putin made, as well as what America made, and they all have these things, tucked away. They don't really speak about these things in the media, and that's why everything's algorithm based. So if your algorithm is set on folly, well, that's all you're gonna see. That's your reality, and your daily life is not really being disrupted. Okay. So you like, what are you talking about? There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing going on. I mean, I can go to the park with the family. I just had a child. We were just, came from the hospital. Okay, well, I was overhearing. It was two women that, they were in medical school, or they were in residency. Okay, mid-30s, early mid-30s, and they were talking about, relationships, and how, new relationship, and how, they're going to get married, and it's going to cost about $50,000 minimum, but they want to buy a house too, so we're saving up for a house, and we're going, and then they were going to Europe. So you see especially the heathen, but you could throw 2/3 of our people in there too. They're doing those things, but on a low level, because they ain't got it like the heathen, where they can just go on trips and do things, splurge out. But it's the same. It's really the same thing. They're not occupied in privacy. They're not thinking about the things that are coming on the earth. You talk to them about a digital currency, they're like, what are you talking about? You're a weirdo. But when it actually comes, they still gonna be bugged out, and they're gonna get right with it, okay? Because they got a couple 100,000 in their bank account, okay, and they already use money digitally anyway. So that's how Esau's gonna pretty much, bring it to, like, well, it's not like you got money in your pocket right now. You pay for things digitally anyway. So what's the difference? And you want to keep that money, right? You want to keep that money, so you're gonna have no choice. He's gonna bring nothing but chaos in order for him to be able to justify him bringing in, okay, a system in which he has full control over. And most people are just gonna bend down and bend over, okay? And they're gonna take the MOTB as well. That's the next step. Verse 7: and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. Because you got to have works as well. Okay, let me bring out Revelation 3, and we'll probably just close it. Revelation 3:10: because thou hast kept the word of my patience, all right, which is this truth. Okay, understanding the Most High is coming in his time. Nevertheless, we have these signs to let us know where we're at. We're constantly watching and seeing what is the next step. Because ultimately we understand through the Spirit that this man's going to push a chip. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. So the Heavenly Father is going to keep us. He's going to actually have it to where we're going to be good during this time. However the Lord does it, we're going to be good. Okay? He's going to keep us from not giving into that temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So, hey, Jake's going to get tried here in America, and they're going to fail that test. Because every time you ask them what the MARK is, of the bestia, of La Bestia, they give you some type of bug down answer, or they say it's spiritual, because they go to these churches, and the church is saying that it's spiritual. They're saying that it's sin. They go, and even if they're Israelites, these Israelite leaders, they're saying that it's sin. So they're going to say, take it. Just like they told you to take the juicy juice. They said, take it. Okay, so they're going to take it. Okay, but the Heavenly Father, those that have kept the Lord's patience, all right, the Most High, Yahweh Shema Shai, is going to keep them from that hour of temptation. So in a time of famine, the elect are going to eat. Okay, in a time of, Esau coming down with great wrath, the Most High is going to deliver. He's going to save. He's going to raise up that standard against Esau, Isaiah 59:19. Okay, spiritual power, men with spiritual power on the earth, performing miracles. That's something that's coming. We believe that. We understand that. We understand and we believe it wholeheartedly. And we just pray that the Most High, He keeps that spirit on us until the end. Okay, because if those that, the scriptures say, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. All right, so hey, a digital currency coming to a city near you, and we're excited. That's an exciting thing. To hell with the so-called cash. We going digital, baby. Okay, And pretty much, hey, that's one step. We gonna be doing all type of videos, Lord's will. If Esau didn't shut down the internet, and we can still go out and speak, and we gonna come out even more bold. Okay, because it's actually here. Okay, so hey, until next time, hey, shalom to the elect.